weeks ago, this day in White Sox misery, the All-Star Break edition. And we're going to go to the year 2000, where Frank Thomas, despite having 26 home runs, the second most in the AL at that point, finished second in voting for first place, which it was to Carlos Delgado that year, who was
for the MVP.
No, for the
first place. I see what you're saying.
Yeah, first place voting. He came in second. But he didn't get put on the roster by
whatever system they had.
Whatever system they had back then.
If it was the players or the manager or how that worked back then, but that's ridiculous.
He had a 1,086 OPS in the first half.
What the fuck?
But wasn't good enough to be on the All-Star. It was definitely considered a snub when guys like at first base were like Mike Sweeney as a substitute, who was not tearing it up then. The backup first baseman, when I looked at it, were not even close to the caliber of what Frank Thomas is doing. They wouldn't. Part of the snub, I read a few articles from Frank about it. He felt he was mostly DHing at that point, so they would not like take him as a first baseman. They were playing in a National League park that year, which was really bizarre. I mean, it's just silly. Stupid. It's just silly. But
this sounds eerily familiar to more recent events.
Yes. You will go to this day in White Sox misery current affairs. And Dylan Cease finished the first half as the strikeout leader for all of baseball, not just the AL, all of baseball, at 150 Ks. He's the fastest in White Sox history to 500 Ks. He beat Sale out on that note. In StatCast, he is number one in expected batting average at 195 and expected slugging percentage at 327 in all of baseball. Wow.
What happened?
I mean,
voting fans are idiots. We're idiots.
Well, and pitchers aren't even picked by fans. So.
Well, it's a popularity count. You could blame that in, maybe in Frank's case in 2000.
Well, yeah, Frank rubbed a lot of people the wrong way.
But yeah, like you said, the managers are in control of this. There's a commissioner can step in at this point. The players have a say in who is on the team these days. I don't know if it's a players vote. I don't know exactly how that works out, but how could all these various fail-safes fail and not put Dylan Cease into the All-Star game? It is so stupid. I think this is universally. I mean, this is not just White Sox Twitter going crazy. This is the nation seeing what an injustice this is. You've seen a lot of players opt out or have to be replaced for whatever reason, but Cease isn't going to be part of that just because he pitched on Sunday. So he's not even a valid replacement because he's not going to be able to actually pitch in the All-Star game. But that's not a reason not to put him, put his name as forever an All-Star in 2022. He should be on that fucking team, whether he can play or not. He should be in Los Angeles, yucking it up with hobnobbing with high society.
Yeah, he should be hanging out with Timmy and Hendricks because Hendricks got added, which
he got added in favor of Cease just because he will be available to pitch because he's a closer.
Yeah.
So
which I had 3 snubs, obviously Cease being the most noticeable. But as we hit the halfway point, you brought up someone named Jose Abreu. He leads all AL first baseman with an 857 OPS.
Yeah.
And his statistically, and I think it got lost because he had such a shitty start to the year.
Right.
Like he's number one. He leads all of the AL first baseman.
First base is that's a lot of competition. So I guess that's less egregious. It's, not that it's excusable, but I don't think it's quite to the level of Dylan Cease getting snubbed. But
yeah,
there's arguments being made for people like Abreu, in every home market right now. But Cease is a universal one. I think that everyone across Major League Baseball recognizes somebody fucked up somewhere.
Word Hole Media.